So we're diving into a long-term, real-world test today. You know, what really happens when you live with one of the most acclaimed cars on the market, the Honda Civic Hybrid, for a full year and 10,000 miles? Well, we're about to find out.
And look, this isn't just any car. The Civic Hybrid was so good it actually snagged the Edmunds top-rated Best of the Best award. That's their single biggest honor for the best overall vehicle of the year. So you can imagine, the expectations were absolutely sky-high going into this.
But, that's the thing. Even a champion has its off days. The point of living with a car for this long isn't just to sing its praises. It's to find all those little real-world quirks and annoyances that only pop up after months and months of driving. So that's the big question here, isn't it? After a year on the road, after that new car smell was long gone, did the Civic Hybrid actually live up to that best of the best title? All right, let's kick things off with the good stuff. First up, let's get into what makes this car so special right from the moment you get behind the wheel. We're talking about the driving experience. And you know what? This was pretty much the consensus from everyone who drove it. The car just feels nimble, it's responsive, and it's just easy. When you're stuck in that daily traffic grind, that kind of smooth, predictable feel is a total lifesaver.
And really, the magic behind all that is Honda's hybrid system. It is engineered for pure, seamless refinement. You get that instant, quiet pull from the electric motor right away, and the gas engine just kicks in so smoothly you barely even feel it. It's honestly a masterclass in how to design a powertrain.
Now just pause and think about that for a second. To say a hybrid feels better to drive every day than some fully electric cars, that is a massive, massive statement. It just goes to show you how incredibly well-tuned and satisfying this car really is. And the love for this car didn't stop there. The team absolutely loved how practical it was. Get this, one driver actually logged over 53 miles per gallon on a 270-mile road trip. Plus, the hatchback design, with its low floor and super simple cargo cover, made loading stuff in and out a total breeze. Simple stuff, but it makes a huge difference.
Okay, but let's be real. No car is perfect. And after a year, even the best ones start to show their true colors. The team definitely had a list of things that started to, well, get on their nerves. And here they are, the big 4 complaints. These are the kinds of things you'd never notice on a short test drive, but after thousands of miles, yep, they start to stand out in a big way. Let's dig into these. So here's the key takeaway, right? The Civic Hybrid is a phenomenal city car, but it loses some of that magic out on the highway. A bunch of different drivers all pointed to the same things. The road and tire noise was just loud, and the seats, without adjustable lumbar support, got pretty uncomfortable on long trips for a lot of people.
And then there's the tech, which, honestly, felt a little behind the times. I mean, you look at what competitors like Kia are doing, they've got these crystal clear 360-degree camera systems. And then you see the Civic's kind of blurry reverse camera and smallish screen. It works, sure, but it's not going to wow you.
But you know what the most surprising complaint was? For a car that's literally called a hybrid, it was the real-world fuel economy.
Just take a look at this. The EPA says, hey, you should get about 48 miles per gallon. But the reality, after a whole year of mixed driving, city, highway, performance tests, you name it, the team's actual average was only 41.1. That's a nearly 15% miss, which, yeah, that definitely took some of the shine off.
Okay, so what about the money side of things? What did it actually cost to keep this car on the road for a year? Well, it's a Honda, so no surprise here. Routine maintenance was a total non-issue. The car was super reliable. But there was one common repair, something you'd think would be simple, that turned into a huge, expensive headache. We're talking over $2,000. So what in the world could cost that much? It wasn't something crazy like the engine or the hybrid battery. It was for a new windshield. See, in today's cars, the windshield is packed with all the cameras and sensors for your driver aids, like adaptive cruise control. So replacing the glass means getting special acoustic glass to keep things quiet, plus a long, expensive trip to the dealer to recalibrate all those sensors. So a simple little rock chip can turn into this massive wallet-draining repair bill.
Wow.
But okay, on the flip side of that expensive repair, this car holds its value like you wouldn't believe. After paying just under $35,000 for it, the team got a trade-in offer of $28,000 a year later. That is just fantastic value retention. I mean, way better than most of its rivals.
All right, so we've weighed the good and the bad. The amazing driving experience versus that noisy highway ride, the great resale value against the kind of frustrating tech,
it's time for the final verdict.
And to really frame this, let's put it head-to-head with a big competitor, like the Kia K4. With the Kia, you're getting more stuff, right? Better tech, a bigger screen, more features. But the Civic, it just feels better to drive. The interior feels higher quality. And yeah, it gets better fuel economy. It really boils down to that classic question: do you want more features or a better overall feel?
And in the end, for the Edmunds team, the answer was a definite yes. Even with all its little flaws, the fundamental quality of the car, just how good it feels to drive every single day, that's what won everyone over. The core experience is so good, you're willing to forgive the things that aren't perfect.
You know, this quote really sums it all up perfectly. It's not trying to be a flashy luxury car or a techmobile, it's just a masterclass in the fundamentals. It's simple, honest transportation that just happens to be a ton of fun to drive.
And that really leaves us with one final question. For you, this car basically makes you pick a side. It asks you what you really value. So what's more important to you? Is it that joy you get from the day-to-day drive? Or is it having all the latest and greatest tech features at your fingertips? It's something to think about, for sure.